A very pleasant good evening to you. This is Pastor Rob here, and it's Caribbean Extravaganza on Tuesday evening. Welcome each and every one, and we got a special show planned for you this evening. Also, along with me this evening is none other than Miss Sharon Thompson, and I'm gonna bring her on screen right here so you can see her. Sharon, how you doing today?
I'm doing excellent. How are you?
Okay, you're doing good. All right. So we got quite a show planned for this evening. Well, tonight. It's actually tonight. And how have you spent your last couple of days, Sharon?
You know what? It's been excellent, a very interesting couple of days. Celebrating right here in CLTV, the man himself, CEO and DJ Reds, co-owner, CLTV, CTV, and radio. Lawrence Prescott and DJ Reds, the one and only. They're phenomenal. What can I tell you? Good to be in the company of those great people. How about you?
Okay, very good. So, all right. Here we are, and we have quite a exciting show planned for you this evening. Couple of different guests to bring on screen here, as well as one call in this evening. And we're just going to have a great time. I have Brent Bennett, tax commissioner from Newton County, sitting in the studios with us this evening. And I would like to go ahead and just bring Brent on screen here. Okay, so here you are. How you doing, Brent?
I'm doing well, and I'm a candidate for
Yes.
Newton County Tax Commission.
Okay,
That's right.
I've already went ahead and gave you the
I love
job.
it. I love it. I love it. Speak it into existence.
Okay, speak those things as if they were.
That's right.
That's
Speak
how
it into
us
existence.
pastors do. The pastors do it.
I love it. I love it.
Okay, well, Brent, it's great to have you here this evening with us, and we understand that you are from Trinidad and Tobago, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I was born in Trinidad and Tobago.
Hmm.
Little bit of background, if I can,
Mhm.
Pastor Rob.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, so I grew up in Trinidad.
Hmm.
Left. Luckily, I played a little bit of football, as we say, soccer, right?
Hmm.
Trinidad, I played a little bit of youth soccer,
Hmm.
and I was fortunate enough
Mhm.
to attain a soccer scholarship
Hmm.
in 1991
Hmm.
to James Madison University in Harrisonburg, Virginia. And so, I played soccer 4 years, graduated in 4 years. Um, but I had a very successful soccer career, academic as well.
Well, Brent, I'm gonna have to jump in the soccer thing first, because we want to find out what position you played.
Well, it's really interesting. So and I don't really like to talk about myself, but I will. I I started off as a midfielder, but primarily I ended up being as a striker in college. So when I graduated from James Madison University at the time in 1995, I left as the all-time leading goal scorer for the university.
Okay, all right, all-time leading goal scorer.
Yeah, absolutely. When I got there, James Madison really had probably never even been to the NCAA tournament.
Hmm.
And by the time I left, we qualified. I want to say for the last 3 years we qualified. My senior year, we actually went to the Elite Eight. We had us high ranked as number 3 in the nation. So we had a pretty good team. I had some really excellent guys around me and had a lot of support. So yeah, did really well in the football and soccer, as we say.
Okay, all right. So you had quite an extensive soccer playing career there. Didn't think about going pro.
Well, yeah, the interesting thing was, I graduated in 1995. MLS wasn't in there yet.
Mhm.
MLS started in 1996. So a little bit more about me. I actually was a 2-time All-American. Very, very difficult thing to attain.
Mhm.
My senior year was the first team All-Americans, which
Mhm.
means I was one of the top 11 players in the country.
Mhm.
Very, very difficult to attain. And so, yeah, I came out, and after I graduated, I played a little bit in something called the USISL. I was back in the day prior to the MLS. And after that, I played that one year, and then I went to work. And I never really I think for me, it was I never really. I became very good at it, but I never really aspired to be a pro. I think that was
Okay.
different.
Okay.
Most guys my age, or guys I play with, all aspire to be pro. I looked at myself as both academic and athletic,
Okay.
and my parents always taught me to be
Yeah.
both, be balanced in both. And
Yeah.
luckily, I had a good collegiate career. I played a little bit for the youth national team as well.
Okay.
You know, and so, but I wanted to find my way. And back then, again, MLS was MLS wasn't around then.
Mm-hmm.
MLS wasn't around then. So for me, it was just. I'm not sure if you can hear me because
Yes,
we
we
can.
hear.
Okay, great.
Mhm.
Yeah, MLS wasn't around then, so there was not a whole lot of incentive, and getting to Europe was extremely difficult at that time. So for me, and I was dating my girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife, and we had our first son, and we
Life kind of took its course.
Life took its course, and that's fine. It's for the better, right?
Yes, of course. And tell us how you came into this government business.
So it's really interesting story. First and foremost, my both parents. My mom was a nurse in Trinidad, and so she was a public servant.
Mhm.
My dad also worked for our public service division as well. He was a checker, sort of like a payroll person. They call it a little bit different now, and so I always aspired to serve, right? But I actually worked for a retail company as a call center rep. I was 25, 26, something like that.
Mhm.
And then eventually, I became a manager. And interestingly, people see things in you that you don't necessarily see in yourself.
Mhm.
And so I remember specifically one day, this gentleman, he was working for me part time. He said, "Brent, you'll make an outstanding manager.
Mhm.
I work for the DeKalb County Tax Commissioner's office.
Mhm.
I think you'll do really well. Come work for us."
Mhm.
I said, "Well, let's do this." And so I interviewed for a managerial job. This I think in 1999 or
Mhm.
something or thereabouts. And then I got the job, and actually September 1999. I remember now, and I got the job, and I did that for about 4.5 years. I was the motor vehicle manager in the DeKalb County Tax Commissioner's office, and I had multiple jurisdictions, multiple things to do. I managed the call center, I managed our mail operations, and I managed one of our sideline operations.
Mhm.
So I did that 4.5 years, and I went back to school. I got my master's degree in human resources management,
Mhm.
and I said to myself, my wife, like, "Hey, I got this degree. I got to take advantage of it."
Yeah.
And so I went to work for an HR firm,
Mhm.
and I did that for 3 years. I really enjoyed it. But the thing that caught me was I was away a lot. I was traveling a lot. We had 2 young kids at the time, and I felt like I needed to be
Mhm.
closer to home.
Mhm.
So I went home.
Mhm.
I actually the tax commissioner in DeKalb County at the time, her name was Claudia
Mhm.
Lawson. She and I worked together closely when I was there previously.
Mhm.
And when she became tax commissioner in 2006, she called me and said, "Hey, Brent, I want you to come work for me.
Mhm.
I want you to be the director of our motor vehicle division." And so I worked there from 2007
Mhm.
up until 2017 for 10 years as the director of motor vehicle division.
Wow.
And so it's very good experience.
Real. Wow. All right. So even before you get so deep into the political side of things, how was your journey as a Caribbean person, a West Indian person? Because I find that to be very interesting. I worked 24 years for the United States Postal Service, went up to being a postmasters and so forth like that, and I know the experiences, the traveling that route.
Yeah. I'm super proud of who I am. If for the people out there that if you go on my website, electbrentbenner.com, you'll see that's one of the most prominent things I talk about, my West Indian or Trinidadian heritage.
Mhm.
I'm proud of that. It's
Yes.
nothing more that I'm more proud of.
Mhm.
That's my foundation.
Mhm.
Having said that, I've been in the U.S. since I'm 19 years old. So I've been here for the vast majority of my life.
Mhm.
And so the United States is home, right? And so I built my life. All my kids were born here. My wife was born here as well, even though she's a Trini for sure. I want to make sure that's clear. She's definitely Trinidad. But my upbringing was really good. It's made me who I am. I'm not taking away from that at all. I didn't grow up privileged in any way. Very, what I call to be humble beginnings.
Mhm.
My parents, And so, we strive for everything, for success. And I think I've had quite a bit of success in my career, both athletically as well as business.
Yes. So are any of those Caribbean skills helped in your journey? Any of those back home training, did they contribute to you being as successful as you are?
Every single day. Again, it's made me who I am, right? Very humble. I understand that I'm not better than anybody else. In my current role, which we'll get to in a bit, I take pride in letting people know that, yes, I'm a director, but I'm a person first.
Yes.
And I understand that people are intimidated by positions, but I don't want that. Right? Talk to me as a human. I can talk to you. I actually met with one of my former employees today, and she said something to me. She said, "Brent, you don't really understand the profound effect you have on people." And I said, "What do you mean by that?" She said, "Brent, I remember the first day you told me, first day I came to work for you, you said, 'Hey, I don't want you to go home any day upset or anything like that. If I did something or we did something, come talk to me.'" And I live by that standard, right? I don't hold that. I want people to tell me the truth. And the only way you're going to be successful is to have good people working for you. And I fully understand that. If I'm the smartest person in the building, that's a problem, right? I want to hire the best and the brightest.
That's right.
And my job is to lead. I'm a leader, first and foremost. And that's what I've done. My dad has always told me, I remember my brother was actually a better player at a younger age than I was. And my dad would always tell people, I remember this vividly, "Hey, yeah, Sheldon might be a better player, but he's the better leader," meaning me. And I never forgot that. And I've always been a leader my entire life, captains every single team I've ever played on.
Before you go too far, let's you just made a very profound point here. You said he was a better player and you were the better leader.
Yes.
Now break that down for us. Let us know exactly what makes someone a better leader than a better player.
Well, to me, being a leader is bringing people with you, right? It's about taking that role that people want to follow, right? People want to follow you. The best analogy I could tell people is this, right? If I am on a job and I leave that job and my people want to follow me to my new job, you've been an outstanding leader, right? Because I say something all the time. This is true. I've experienced this. People don't quit jobs. People quit people, right?
Come on now.
And so people quit people. And so people look at me as that leader and people that they want to follow me. They want to learn from me. And that's, to me, what leadership is really about.
Great. Wow. Sharon, you want to put a question in here before we go to a music break?
Burning out, because all I hear, Brent, is exactly my mantra. Humility.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Proud doesn't get you anywhere. Pride doesn't get you anywhere. Being proud doesn't get you anywhere. It's humility that does. And so the fact that you as a leader, people look up to you. When you're arrogant, and then, as we say in the islands, when you show off, forget it. People don't write to you. They don't want to deal with you.
No.
But when you're humble and you come down to their level,
Absolutely.
and you feel like you're not a big shot and you act normal,
Right.
Guess what? That's exactly what it's all about.
That's what I tell you.
We've got humility really is of God.
Thank you.
And if we're believers like we are, you know what? That's exactly what we do. We have to humble ourselves before Him and before man. And that's my takeaway. That's all I hear. I read your bio and I'm going, who is he? I can't wait to meet you. When you walked in, I was like blown away.
Right.
To see you and your beautiful queen.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Well, she's the rock, right?
Oh, I see that.
She's everything. She's everything to me. So we've been married 27 years. So it's
bless you.
awesome.
God bless you. Congratulations.
Thank
Let
you.
me tell you, keep pushing, because the young folks are out there watching you.
Yes.
Okay, they're watching you. And as far as mentoring is concerned, do you ever plan on mentoring, or is there any mentoring programs that you're a part of? Tell me about it.
So it's really interesting. Because I played soccer and I have coaching credentials, I coached for a long time.
Yes.
But the interesting thing about me, even at my level, I never got paid for it. I never wanted to get paid for it. Now, granted, I had a decent job, so I'm not knocking anybody that's getting paid for coaching, right? Because at the end of the day, that's their livelihood. I'm good with that. Coaching was never my livelihood, but it was my way to give back, right? The way I tell people is this. My parents were public servants, like I've already said before. And in the United States, if my parents had to pay what these kids have to pay today, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be where I am, right? Because there are a lot of people that coach me for free. There are a lot of people that gave back. So my brother and I, we both coach for free at the Covington YMCA. I coached at the Y for over 20 years, never took a dime.
Great.
And what's the most profound thing for me is those kids that I coached today, every single one of them graduated high school. Most of them graduated college and they're outstanding citizens. That's my most problem, right? Because nobody's in jail, nobody, because that's what it is, you know.
Right.
I was doing, somebody did a video for me the other day, one of the kids, and I told my wife it brought me to tears, right? Because he said, you know, and you don't think of yourself in this context, right? Because you're doing it out of what? The goodness of your heart, right? And he said that, you know, coach would have all these kids over at his house, never one day complain, say, get out. You know, I would take them. If I took kids to a game with me and my kids are eating, I'm buying for everybody. But that's just the way my parents grew up, right? We that's, again, humility, the foundation, the courage they're bringing. And I fully understand that. And for me, giving back is super, super, super important because not everybody's as fortunate as I am. Not everybody's as to have both parents and supportive. And I'm very lucky. You know, my parents are still alive. They live 15 minutes from me. They live in Newton County as well. I have great parents, great in-laws that live 15 minutes from me as well. They also live in Newton County. So we have a tremendous support system, my wife and I and my kids. And, you know, that's, I remember I have to laugh because my son said one time he was in a class in college and they asked him, you know, how many kids, you know, live in a two-parent household, all right, how many live with no their grandparents, and he ended up being like the last person because he was so unique. And people tell him you live like the Huxtables. It's funny. Like we don't live that lifestyle, but the truth of the matter is we've lived. My kids have lived. They've been fortunate that they have everybody in their life, all sides of my in-laws, my parents, aunts, uncles. So they've got everybody. So they've had a great system.
Solid foundation.
And I want to do that for the kids, and I do that now.
Yes.
All right, Brent, we're gonna come back here, go to like a little commercial break, and then you start telling us about running for the tax commissioner position in Newton County. You're gonna have to fill us in and let us know what a tax commissioner does and so forth like that. So we're gonna DJ Reza is gonna hit up a song here, and then we're gonna come back.
What's that? To hold me tight and love's got me high. Please tell me yes and don't say no, honey, not tonight. I need to have you next to me in more ways than one, and I refuse to leave till I see the morning sun creep through your window pane. 'Cause love won't let me wait. Oh, girl, the time is right. Turn down the lights and take my hand. Ooh, yeah. We'll take a flight and spend the night in a wonderland. Move a little closer to me. You owe it to yourself, and I will selfishly take a little for myself. And it's because of you that love won't let me play.
Yes, indeed. Mr. DJ Reds on the ones and twos. You're here at Caribbean Life Radio. Just how you doing out there to the radio crew? We're here in the studio at Caribbean Life TV, and we're also here on my platform, top celebrity Rob Media. We got a super duper in the house today, a big wig in the house today, Mr. Brent Bennett, and he's vying for that tax commissioner position in Newton County, and he's going to tell us all about it right now. Okay.
Sure. So the tax commissioner's role is really, first of all, it's a leadership role, because you would have a staff. I believe Newton County has a staff of about 20 people. I'm accustomed to much larger staffs than that. I manage over 140 people at times, so that's good. But it really is a leadership role, and what the tax commissioner's role is to basically bill and collect. They don't set values. They don't, all we do is collect the taxes, property taxes specifically, as well as motor vehicle taxes. In the state of Georgia, we have something called title ad valorem tax. When you buy a new car, you pay a percentage of the vehicle's value, and the tax commissioner collects that money. So in essence, I want to take a step back actually. Tax commissioners are elected. They're elected positions. There are 159 counties in Georgia, 159 county tax commissioners. However, while being elected, they are considered agents based on law. They are agents of the Georgia Department of Revenue. So what happens is part of the TAVT that they collect from the motor vehicle tax goes to the Georgia Department of Revenue. So in essence, in a previous role, prior to my current role, I was the director of the motor vehicle division at the Georgia Department of Revenue. So it was my job and my team's job to train the tax commissioners on how to do their job. So that's why I'm the most qualified person to do this job. I have extensive motor vehicle experience. Yes, there's property tax, and I do have that, having worked at the DeKalb County Tax Commissioner's office. I managed the call center. I know how to get and derive numbers to achieve what we want to achieve. I try to tell everybody, voting for me is voting for somebody that's done it. I'm not going to tell you, or my opponents can only tell you what they're going to do. I can tell you what I have done. That makes significant difference, right? It's about experience. And that's what I have is experience, knowledge, skills, and abilities.
Okay. All right. All right. So out of all of those that you mentioned, which one would be the one that actually puts you over the top?
Well, I think my credentials speak for themselves. And I think that's what put me above all and everybody else. There's a national association called the American Association of Motor Vehicle Administrators. And the American Association of Motor Vehicle Administrators is the one that basically sets guidance policies nationally for all state DMVs. I am on a motor vehicle standing committee. So my role as part of that committee is to provide and to assist with that team into formulating policies that these states can use to better their to improve their policy, to improve the way they do business. So there's nobody else in Georgia that has that experience. None, zero. In specifically talking about motor vehicles, there's nobody else that does. So I am uniquely qualified in that regard, right? So you vote for Brent. You vote for somebody with tremendous amount of experience, been there, done that. I could give you examples. Specifically, when I went to work for the Georgia Department of Revenue, this is a true story. And my job was really we had some long wait times for the state of Georgia. Remember, I'm working for the state of Georgia. We had extremely long wait times. I'm talking 5-hour hold times.
Yeah.
And I remember that first week I told my wife, man, I've had a bit of more than I could chew. And she said, no, you're smart enough to figure it out. And we did I don't want to go into really specifics, but we did some things regarding HR, training, and that's where my strength is, HR and training. And so what we did was, we did a lot of that. And I would tell you within 8 to 10 months, we went from 5-hour hold times to averaging average speed of answer was 2 minutes and 34 seconds.
That's good.
And that was amazing. Yeah,
Yes.
and I had a friend of mine that worked at the time he was working on Facebook, and he said, "What did you get for that?" Right? I said, "I kept my job." And he said, "Man, if you were working for somebody like Facebook, you would be heaped upon praise and bonuses out the yin yang."
Mhm.
But again, I love working for the government. I love giving back. I
Mhm.
love doing what I do. I love serving people, and again, it goes back to that community factor.
Okay, that's great. That's oh wow.
I'm moving to Newton County. Just to vote for you.
Yes, ma'am. I love it.
That's what we need. Me and in my county, we have persons who are similar, but you know what? We need to attract people like you to my county as well. So we need to clone you, Mr. Bennett.
It's funny.
We could do that.
I had a state legislator that told me about a month ago. He said, "We need more people like you in public service." So I'm happy that you're running for tax commissioner. So yeah, I take the challenge, and I definitely can make it better. For me, it's all about training. I it's interesting. I hear some people and I read some people's platform that says, "Oh, we'll provide training." How?
That part.
That anybody could say anything.
Right.
You got to prove, and I've proven that I could do that, and I have a history of that. And sure, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I'm very confident in what I'm doing, and I know how to fix problems. I'm a fixer.
Mhm. I see here collaborations and community outreach. Speak to me about that.
Yeah, so it's a good one.
Mhm.
So what people don't realize is most of your property taxes
Mhm.
goes to the school system.
Mhm.
So whenever you make decisions as a tax commissioner or an elected official,
Mhm.
you have to reach out to your stakeholders.
Mhm.
You can't make unilateral decisions because
Okay.
your unilateral decisions can affect somebody else.
Yes.
And so for me, when I become tax commissioner,
Mhm.
I'll be reaching out to all these stakeholders, the school board, county commissioners, the tax assessors, all these various different stakeholders to say, "Hey, I'm here to work with you,
Mhm.
not against you.
Mhm.
I'm not an egomaniac.
Mhm.
I don't feel like I have any, power over anyone, and I will adjust to that." And I tell people, you see what you get, you see what you get, and I am that. I'm not an egotistical guy,
Mhm.
and I'm willing to work with anyone. And there are so many other things you can do as well, right? You can do community outreach. Most people, if you buy a house, there's something called homestead exemption. I'm
Okay.
not sure
Yeah.
if you guys are familiar with that.
Yes, I'm
It
familiar.
basically gives you a tax break
Mhm.
on your taxes
Mhm.
if you own and occupy the property.
Mhm.
Well, we got to get out there and work with realtors, work with different various
Yes.
lawyers to say, "Hey, we want to spread the word. You close on this house, boom. Please let these people know that they need to file for homestead." And there are different things we can do to market that as well.
Wow.
And you said community outreach. I have a question for you. I guess the same humility and leadership are needed for the tax commissioner's position. How will your leadership and your staff enhance the community relationship and experiences?
Right. So it's a very good question. So at the end of the day, people learn by doing, right?
Mhm.
Or we treat behaviors and so on and so forth. But for me, it's about training.
Mhm.
You have to understand that your staff has to be properly trained.
Mhm.
I tell people are the lifeblood of your organization.
Mhm.
I don't care what anybody else tells me. But the next in line is training. If your people are trained and competent to do their job, they will do well. Nobody comes to work, in my opinion, with the mantra, "I'm going to screw this up today."
Yeah.
So it's about how we do that, right? And so we have to take that staff and then we have to reach out. We have to engage our staff to be engaged with the community and how that's important, right? I work for an organization, the Department of Driver Services, that does a tremendous job with that. We actually, in times of like a storm, we have these portable units that we go to people to issue licenses in times of need. So, in times of difficult times, we have to be creative in the way we have to reach out to our community so we can go.
Correct. And one last question here from me. Community service, because I keep hearing that. It keeps echoing in my ear, and I'm proud to hear that because I'm a community activist myself. Churches, synagogues, mosques, community centers, homes. I mean, how exactly are you reaching your people? Are you thinking, I'm just asking, because I have a lot of family members and friends that I just discovered are in your county. So I can't wait until I get off air so I can reach out to them and let them know about you. But if they wanted to reach your office and tap into your programs that your community programs.
Sure.
How would that work?
So it's really interesting. I want to make people aware of this. The tax commissioner's job is to build and collect, right?
Mhm.
And to me, where the community outreach has to be is educating the people, right? So I'll give you an example. Pardon me. Everybody waits until they get their tax bill to say it's too high. Guess what? It's too late. The only way you can fix your property tax bill is to appeal your assessment. That is way before the tax commissioner sends you a tax bill. Because at that time, everybody's building up the tax commissioner's office. Why is my bill so high? Tax commissioner has no power or authority to do anything. The millage rate, which is the tax rate, is set by the board of commissioners. The value is set by the tax assessors. So your tax bill is derived from the tax assessors providing the valuations to the tax commissioner, and the board of commissioners providing the millage rate. And what the tax commissioner's office does is professionally, courteously send out those bills and efficiently, right? But it's too late. So for me, what I would do is I would engage our tax assessors and say, hey, let's do a joint effort. Let's do a joint effort. Let's reach the people. How do we do that? Let's figure that out.
Okay, that's good. I have a question here from Everton Christie, and he's asking, he says, humility and leadership are needed for the tax commissioner's position. Will your leadership and your staff enhance the community relationship experiences?
I think that was the same question, right? Yeah. And the same thing. It's all about.
You already
Yeah, we already got the question.
Okay,
That's
all
fine.
right. So I didn't know you were relaying that message from him. Okay, okay, very good. Okay, so you've already answered that one. Okay, so
Again, how can the folks reach you? Because I want to tell like my
So-
seniors,
so
for example.
yes.
I mean,
From right now, please go to my website, electbrentbennett.com. So ElectBrentBennett.com.
okay, and for those that are not tax savvy, I mean, yeah, just tech savvy rather, the seniors, for example, and that's why I specifically mentioned community centers,
Sure.
Senior centers.
Yes.
How
So,
do they tap into, getting connected with,
So-
because there's still some of them that really own homes. I have a relative that moved down from New York City over the past year, and she lives in Covington, right in York County.
yes, ma'am.
And she lives alone.
Wow.
She's not tech savvy, absolutely not tech
Right.
savvy, and she does not drive. So
Yeah. So
that's one of those.
That's-
So that's a critical, person right there that needs to reach out to you. But
sure. So I would say this. My wife's gonna get the number. We have a number for our campaign,
great.
and we can provide that.
Okay.
Anybody that wants to reach out to me, I'll provide that phone
Could
number.
you share this?
Yeah, we'll share that.
Yes.
But ultimately, I also want to make this clear, right? If you're a part of a community group, church, association, fraternity, sorority,
Right.
call us, email us at info at electbrentbennett.com. So that's info at electbrentbennett.com. They can email us. We'll be happy. I will be happy to come and speak to that group at any time. That's my outreach. That's why I'm here. People have to know what my qualifications and qualities are. And once people hear me and they see me and they understand my qualifications, they will vote for Brent Bennett. There's no doubt in my mind.
Wow.
Right? And so the phone number that they can reach us, I just got away from me here for a second. I'll give it to you 1 second.
So that was info at electbrentbennett.com.
.com.
Okay,
Right.
so we have that one up.
Right.
Mhm.
Info at electbrentbennett.com. And the phone number is area code 470-205-0018. Again, 470-205-0018. And again, info at electbrentbennett.com. And you send me a request, an email, we'll call you, we'll come out to your senior center. We'll be happy to do that. We would love to speak to people in person, absolutely.
So I'll be on that bandwagon, Brent.
I hope you
I'll be
do.
there.
Tell
I'm
me.
hooking up with your wife, and we're gonna make sure we get you there because we need more people like you, more politicians like you.
Mhm.
Right.
That's what we really need in this country. In
Well,
the world.
Sharon, let me say this too.
Mhm.
It's interesting you say politicians. I don't consider myself a politician. I am running
That's right.
for a political office.
You're a servant
But
by nature.
I'm
you
a
tell.
servant by nature. I don't, and I want to make this clear, right? Because people tell me I'm crazy. Quite frankly, this job is not a pay raise. This job is a pay cut. So I'm doing it for all the right reasons. My actual boss told me today, said, Brent, yeah, it's a higher calling for you. I said, absolutely it is. I want to serve the people of my community. The way I look at it is like this. My wife and I talked about this. I spent 15 years working for DeKalb County and giving them the best of me. I've been at the state of Georgia for 6 years. It's time for me to go home. And I'm going home to my local county, Newton County.
Awesome. For the few minutes that I've met you and interacted with you, I will say this much. I'm so impressed. I'm so stoked that I'm ready to make it happen. So
Thank you. I need everybody on board. And, you might not live in Newton County, but I tell people, everybody,
Yeah.
especially in our West Indian community, knows somebody in Newton County. We got to get out the vote, and I need everyone's help. Because this is not about I hate to say this, but this election is not about qualifications. Because if it was, I'd have won already. It's about popularity, and I've got to get people to come out and vote for me, and so that's critical.
Okay, Brent.
down
Well,
deal.
we thank you for stopping by and be with us this evening, and we wish you all the best. We're definitely going to keep on pushing it right here on Caribbean Extravaganza, letting them know that you are in the race, and you're in the race to win the race.
In
Right.
it to win it.
In
And
it to win it,
I want to say thank you so
Yes.
much to you both
Yeah,
for giving me this platform and the opportunity to speak
yes,
to my Caribbean brethren.
yes.
I sincerely appreciate that,
Mhm.
and I'll be happy to come back if you invite me again.
I was
Oh, yes.
you got the words
Mhm.
right out of
Yeah.
my lips. Did you read my mind or something?
All right, so
I was about to say, welcome
remind
back.
us again when the election.
So the election is actually the not the primary in Georgia
Mhm.
is May 21st.
Okay.
All right. It's actually May 21st, but in Georgia we have a lot of early voting days,
That's
right?
Mhm.
So early voting starts April 29th
Mhm.
through May 17th,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And there are 2 Saturday days that you vote, because most people try to vote on a Saturday because they're off.
Mhm.
That's Saturday, May 4th,
Mhm.
and Saturday, May 11th. So, and the actual election day, like I said, is May 21st. But we've got a lot of community outreach we're going to be doing. Soon you'll start seeing my signs all over Newton County. And let
Okay.
me say this last before I go.
Mhm.
If you want to be part of this campaign,
Mhm.
please reach out to me at info@electbrentbennett.com or
Okay.
visit my website at electbrentbennett.com and leave your information. We are looking for volunteers. We need people because
Mhm.
it's like I said, I'm giving back, but I can't do it myself,
Sign me up.
So we would love everybody just join us on this campaign. And thank you so much again for having me, folks.
You're
What a
most
pleasure it
welcome,
was.
sir.
My
And
pleasure.
your
Thank you.
beautiful queen.
Thank you.
Welcome
Okay.
again. Pleasure meeting you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Sharon. It was my pleasure.
Yeah.
My brother. I see you. Sharon. I'm gonna unhook. Can I unhook?
Shadows falling, baby. Let's get alone. Out on the street, everybody.
I'll be in touch. Sharon.
And we never let it end. We are devotion, and we got nothing to be sorry for. Our love is one in a million.
bring her on next. With Nardia.
It's gotta be mine. Just a matter of time. We got nothing to be guilty of. I love.
Yes, Pastor Rob.
We are devotion, and we got nothing to be sorry for. Our love is one in a billion. Eyes can't see, baby. Got a highway to the sky. Don't wanna hear you.
Yes, indeed. You're back here at Caribbean Extravaganza at CLTV. And oh, wow. We just had a great interview there with Mr. Brent Bennett, vying for that position of tax commissioner in Newton County. And we're going to look forward to having him back here again with us. We have another guest up here, and her name is Nardia, and she's coming straight to us from Jamaica. And she's already on screen. Get ready to bring her on right now. And just want to, she's already smiling and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and bring her on. Okay. Yes, how are you doing? Can you hear us today? Can you
Yes,
hear us?
I can hear you. You can hear me?
Okay. I'm not hearing her.
Not hearing me? No?
Nardia, did you turn your microphone on from your
I
head?
did. I
Yeah,
did. I
okay.
did. I did. It's on.
Okay, we're just gonna get our microphone straight and bring her back on, okay? Okay. Okay, Sharon, you're on with me now, so we're gonna get Nardia straight. Make sure that we could hear her here, okay? Or we might just have to have her call me in here on the telephone. I might have to give her a call and just have her, okay? So we're here at Caribbean Extravaganza on, okay, Tuesday evening. We're getting ready to bring our guest, second guest in here, Nardia. Okay, let me.
Nordic, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Loud and clear, yes.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So how are you doing, Nardia?
How are you doing, Nardia? I think I'm warmer than you. I'm good.
Turn down the audio in the background.
Okay.
Turn down the audio in the background.
And Nardia? I think so. Okay, all right. Can you hear us now?
Yes.
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, very good, very good. All right.
So without further ado, Nordia, because we're running a little behind schedule here, we're trying to catch up. Nordia Tape, you've got a long list of qualifications here, girlfriend. I mean, you're one of the co-founders and director of marketing and business relationship with IDS. IDS, by the way, guys, for you out there who don't know what the acronym stands for, is Integrated Diaspora Services. Okay, and that's a mouthful right now. So Nordia, we're gonna ask you to go ahead and take it away and just tell us exactly what kind of services you offer, what you do, because we'll be here for another year just to tell the folks just a snippet of what you do, what you have to offer. Go right ahead, please.
I'd like to say thank you first of all.
Turn down everything in the back. She gotta turn down everything at her house.
Oh, Nordia, turn down yours. Yeah, thank you. Is that better? That's better. Yes, we can hear you now. Yes, thanks.
All right.
Thank you.
So
That's
thank
much better.
you. Is it echoing?
Still echoing.
Mhm.
So you probably just take the volume down on one of the devices.
All right, let me try the volume down.
Oh, it's excellent. That's better.
Good?
Yes.
Better?
That's
Yeah, much better.
excellent. Thank you.
All right, cool. All right, no problem. So thank you to you both for the opportunity to be here on Caravan Extravaganza. It's a great opportunity.
Mhm.
And I get to see a big sister live, Lady Sharon. A little bit on integrated diaspora services. Integrated diaspora services is originated in Jamaica, it's a registered business in Jamaica, and it provides a one-stop shop solution for the Jamaican diaspora across the globe, as well as non-Jamaicans who want to do business back in the country or in the region. And sometimes where they are. The business was formed in 2020 in the heart of COVID. And in the midst of COVID, nobody could travel or do anything. At that point in time, I was a banker by profession. And I spent over 14 years really seeing the pain points and nuances that persons encountered with just simple transactions back home, especially when they couldn't physically be there.
Mhm.
So basically, this was formed to address these nuances while developing the country and developing the people. So everything under one umbrella. Realize that once you can provide services or a platform where services can be more accessible and services, the process is seamless and more efficient, and it's better for the persons who are investing and also for the country's development.
And if you don't mind, can you elaborate on those services that you provide, Nordia?
So the services range from, well, I probably can't finish today because but the services range from government transactions. So we help to facilitate those from those who want to get their passport, those who want to get their tax registration number, your TRN, those who want to do land and title matters, legal matters, property matters, and what we offer at IDS is an integration of expertise that are from us as a people. So if it is that somebody from the diaspora wants a doctor, if they want a lawyer, if they want whatever it is they want, we are using resources from among us as a people to provide, to meet those needs and to find a solution for our people. So we're building, the model is designed to collaborate with entrepreneurs and build other businesses and build organizations within the country and also across the region. So we're keeping it in the family, and it's a model that builds others. It's very other-centered. It's a very service-oriented type of model.
And by the way, guys, she travels the entire globe. I mean, and when I say that, I mean it literally. She is, you look up and she's in the UK, she's in Dubai, she's in, all over Europe. I mean, she's all over the island. She's anywhere and everywhere. And honestly, for myself, I mean, I've had issues where I need to take care of stuff there. I had to hire an attorney in Jamaica. And the truth is, and Nordy can attest to that, and many persons out there, where you cannot, you need an attorney for the attorney, really to oversee the attorney, because the person you hire is really, unfortunately, it's a disservice that they're paying you. And so with Nordia, she's very transparent, she's honest, and she's a God-fearing sister. So therefore, what you see is what you get with Nordia. I mean, she's the true deal. I mean, she's come so highly recommended, guys. I mean, Nordia, tell them how to get in touch with you again, your contacts, I mean, your website, everything. I mean, You know, you're my savior. You're that person. You're my angel because you've let me in on so many things that for years I've been super frustrated dealing with an attorney that I paid big bucks to in Jamaica and not getting anything done. And just by talking to you humbly, and by the way, guys, full disclosure, she never charged me a cent. That's how humble and upfront this person called Noria Tape is. I mean, this woman is a woman of God. So go ahead and share with them how to reach out to you, sister.
So for any one-stop shop solution, we are on all social media channels and or for website www.integrateddiasporaservices.com. You can reach out to us from there, or if you want to call us, we're available, and I would say almost 24/7 because I work away those sleep. And based on the different time zones, we have to make ourselves accessible, irrespective of where you are over the globe. You can get us at 1-876-852-7716, 1-876-564-3058, or 1-347-737-0478, or email us at integrateddiasporaservices@gmail.com. And I would like to reiterate that for consultation or discuss, we don't charge you because we want to ensure that you're on the right track, that you're being directed in the right direction to the right solution, right? So we're asking you, irrespective of what the situation is back home, government matters, legal matters, property matters, those matters that you have been delayed because you are afraid you're going to be scammed, so you don't know where to turn, give us a call. Let us walk you through it and lead in the right direction.
Guys, you're in great hands. Nordia Tate is the way to go. She is. I mean, honestly, she's not an attorney and she's not professing to be an attorney, but she offers services because she has all the expertise at her disposal, right in the palm of her hands. And you will get all the information. For years, I've been struggling with situations, and that one call I made to her, okay, spelled relief for me. So I'm just telling you from personal experience, guys, that's the way to go. Nordia Tate, that's the lady you want on your team. And again, can you slowly, because we talk a little fast, us with those foreign accents. So go through it slowly again and just give them, for those that are writing your information, jotting down the telephone number and your email address, go absolutely slow and give them that contact once more, please.
All right, so the contact information, let's go again, 1-876-852-7716. And it's the 6-564-3058 and 347-737-0478. And the email address is integrateddiasporaservices@gmail.com. That's integrateddiasporaservices@gmail.com.
And we just want to say, Nordia, thank you so much for your time, because your time is precious. And I know all our time is precious, but guess what? We also want to make sure that you're coming back to this platform. We're going to have to give you a full show just to outline everything that you offer, and then we're going to put it out there. We're really going to advertise this one, because we didn't advertise it like we should have. We just started the program a few weeks or 3 weeks ago. This is the third week. Okay. So guess what? I'm sorry?
Congratulations.
Okay, Nordia, let me ask you some few questions here. Okay, all right. So how long have you been doing this?
So we've been doing this, we have been servants for our entire life, but officially registered this company 3 years ago.
Okay.
But this year will be our 4th year, 2024 now.
Okay, and how often do you travel into the States? Have you ever been into the Atlanta area?
I have been to Atlanta quite a bit, but I'm always almost in the States quite a bit.
Okay.
This year, typically, the question is, Nordia, do you live in Jamaica? And I'm like, yes, I live in Jamaica. I do live in, I'm a yardie.
Yeah.
But in order to connect with people and build that relationship of trust, you have to be around your people.
I saw some very interesting, when I was reading the bio, some very interesting information that I think we're going to have you here to elaborate a little bit more on, because there's a lot of folks here that need help in immigration services. For example, I know that's a huge one. Folks are always needing help in immigration services, and I could see that you have. I also read about shipping. What do you do in shipping?
Everything. Everything, especially those persons who are returning to Jamaica.
Yeah.
I need to understand and deduct the returning residents package is available to them. We ask them to call beforehand. Irrespective of where you are, you can get stuff back home. We try to find the best deals and the best opportunity. Again, using primarily those who are connected back home. So we can delete other, we primarily choose those shippers who are already from the community.
And before I let you go, because we're gonna have to bring you back, as Sharon says, to deal with you very exclusively. Okay, if I wanted a work permit in Jamaica, could you help me with that?
Yes, we can help you with that.
Okay, all right. Okay, so I could see that you have all the contacts there, all the different channels there.
That's our people we don't want anybody to call and say, boy, they wanted help and they couldn't be helped. We don't want a generation legacy not passed on because one thing not done,
Okay. All right. So, thanks for stopping by. Just touched on, just grazed over it a little bit. We just grazed over it a little bit. But next time we're going to have you on, I will give you a little bit more time. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks for tuning in here. Okay?
Thank you so much, sis.
Your voice so job today, your prayer, and accept your thanksgiving. Father, we thank you for all that you have done and for what you're doing now. Oh, yeah. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. He restored my soul. Splashing, dashing, restless sea. Never still you seem to be. Sometimes angry, sometimes sad. Sometimes you laugh as though you're glad. Splashing, dashing, restless sea. Never still you seem to be. Sometimes angry, sometimes sad. Sometimes you love as though you're glad. Little children love you well. The one who understands you tell. Love to watch you go. When the tides of heaven blow. Yet though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, 'cause Jah is with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Splashing, dashing, restless sea. Never still you seem to be. Sometimes angry, sometimes sad. Sometimes you love as though you're glad. Splashing, dashing, restless sea.
Yes, indeed. So we happen to have Mr. Alton right in the studios with us today, and he's a real estate agent from none other than New York, who recently moved into the Atlanta area. Alton, how you doing, good friend of mine?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for having me.
Oh, yes. What have you been up to lately, Alton?
Lots of things. This market is very active, so I'm up to a lot of things.
You said this market, this Atlanta market is very active, huh?
The Atlanta market, very aggressive.
Okay. So what's the difference that you found between the Atlanta market and the New York market? Because I know you're coming up from New York.
Oh, it's kind of similar to right now, because the New York market is picking up rapidly based on the interest rate has been falling.
Okay.
But the Georgia market, people are moving from those states coming to Georgia right now.
Okay. So that kind of works for you, right? You have a couple of friends from up there, that's moving down, and you can assist them.
Definitely.
Okay. So how long have you been doing this in this real estate thing? Give us a little bit about your credentials and so forth.
It feel like I'm doing this all my life, because I've changed about 13 jobs before
Mhm.
hooking up to real estate. You know?
Okay.
And from the time I know about real estate, there's no stopping, there's no changing.
Okay. I understand that you did some schooling back in the Jamaica, in Jamaica.
Yeah, we have to go to UTech,
Okay. Yeah.
yes, the university in Jamaica to get the broker's certificate, you know.
Okay. I kind of find that interesting. So, how would a broker's certificate in Jamaica assist you here in the United States?
Most of the training in Jamaica come from, I think they copy Florida law
Okay.
and that kind of thing.
Mhm.
But I still go to school here
Mhm.
just to be totally acquainted with the U.S.
Mhm.
Um, policies in real estate.
Okay.
You
So,
know.
yeah. As a person that studies some real estate myself right now, working
Oh,
on
you
my
are?
license, I know for a fact.
Wow.
That, so the states are different in their approach
Definitely,
to
they're
real
different.
estate. Yeah.
In
Okay.
Georgia, the real estate agent have to do all the paperwork.
Oh,
In
okay.
New York,
So,
the
so
lawyers.
what are you trying to do? Discourage me?
No.
But that's all right. No, that, okay. All right. So how's it been since you've been here in Georgia?
It's going not bad enough, you know. I'm taking my time to
Mhm.
get myself known. Is a popularity kind of sport where it's not a secret agent. You have to be publicly out there meeting people, greeting people in different formats.
Mhm.
You know, I received an award the other day from the Georgia, Atlanta, Jamaica alumni. So it means that I'm gradually getting around, you know.
Mhm. Okay. Your name is
Yeah.
around. So tell me now, why I should why should I join up with Alton Rights Real Estate? Why should I come to you?
Well, first and foremost, I go above and beyond in helping
Mhm.
all of my clients.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Alton, I know you want. We hear your voice fine, but we need to see your picture. Yeah, that's even better.
Okay.
The voice will carry.
You want
Okay.
to see my handsome face,
Yeah,
right?
right. Well, I don't want to, but I guess the audience wants to. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm all about my audience, What?
Um,
But we can do that.
of course, definitely.
Yeah, tell us why now? Why would we choose you over those that are here?
Well, apart from me going above and beyond, I control from you enter my space, I control the deal from inception until close. I never leave you alone. I make sure the deal go completely smooth and thorough and go right through.
Mhm.
And as an experienced person, I just know how to maneuver the game, you know.
Okay.
I have a question for you though. I know you're Pastor Rob's friend, but my question to you is, I'm looking at your title and it says luxury agent. I love that word.
That's one of the things that he does. I'll put something else.
Okay.
So it's not really style. That's just one of the things that he does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you could ask him about that because
Yeah,
What's that all about? That's one of the things that you do.
well, as a luxury agent,
Yes, exactly.
you have to be trained separate and apart from just getting your license. It's a training that teach you how to treat people super special. It's a training that help you to be more knowledgeable about the market in most sense. And we just operate totally different. As the word suggests, luxury.
Mhm.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
so the luxury agent, that's for buying what certain luxurious properties.
Yeah, we do luxurious properties. We kind of stay to the high end of the market. But
Okay.
I would not resist in helping a brother or a sister in finding a lower price property.
Okay.
You see, when you're luxury, you can flex. You can be up or down
Mhm.
in terms of price.
Okay. All right. Okay, so are you based in the Conyers area? Or
Yeah,
okay.
beautiful Conyers. It's a lovely area. I love it. I didn't think that I could live out of a city, because when I was in Jamaica, I was living in Kingston, and when I'm in New York, I'm living in the city of Queens.
Mhm.
But now I come to the quaint, quiet place of Conyers, that I'm adjusting myself to real easy. It's real nice.
I have had the opportunity to pass through Conyers many times and see those nice big spread of land that let me ask you a question because it's about 3 years since I've been through Conyers and really look around. Are they still there? Because you know in Atlanta things go fast. Because when I moved into the Atlanta area where I live in Lawrenceville right now, you could find big spread of lands, but uh, uh, everything is shrinking. So is Conyers shrinking now toward it still those big spread of lands, houses
Yes,
on big spread of lands and so forth?
yes. Conyers, it flexing now. You have small space and you have big
Big
space.
space.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like myself, I got a 1 acre. I'm living on 1 acre of land. Yeah, I'm never used to that. In New York, I live on 4,000 square feet. So now I have to drive a little buggy to cut the lawn, which is very interesting. You understand? It is so nice to live on a spacious piece of land, but they're cutting it up rapidly all over Conyers.
That's what I'm
You
talking
have
about.
development
Mhm.
moving left, right, and center, and
But there those still
but there's still
those
space.
yes.
The thing with Georgia, Georgia's bigger than New York, but the thing with Georgia, it have massive space. So you don't have to be like in a community. And land sell cheap. You can get a land for 40,000, 20,000, and you could build something nice on it. So
Okay.
yeah, you should think of Georgia, moving to Georgia, especially Conyers. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like where you have to drive in Conyers. You cannot walk. There's no bus.
That's a country guy. That's a country. It's a six.
Yeah, well, being from the country in Jamaica too, and from Trinidad or whatever country you kind of would like to at some point in time return to that big house with the land space and so
Yeah.
forth like that. Not like Sharon. Sharon's a city girl. So she's from city New York,
I
and
didn't
Okay.
know that. I was one of those fortunate ones that lived in the Bronx. That's true.
she,
Right about
yeah.
that with a 4-car garage.
Okay.
Okay.
4-car garage.
Okay.
My grandfather owned one of those houses on that block. That's from back in the day when people that look like us were there. Only two of us. Two
Okay.
families
Yeah.
Okay.
on that block. So yeah, that's the kind of stuff. And then I came here and I got fortunate that I live in Lilburn and we got some elbow room too. When we
Beautiful.
bought our house 21 years ago, we got a whole lot of elbow room. We had space right in the city of Lilburn.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Conyers is nice, but
And I'm glad you said the city of Lilburn because Lilburn is quickly turning into a city. It's just like Lawrence. Because when I came here in 2000, man, Lilburn was bushy.
Mm.
Lawrenceville was bushy, but now, my gosh, we're becoming a major city. So how do you handle that, the difference? You used to selling real estate in New York,
Yeah.
and now you're in Georgia. So what are some of the major differences, and how are you handling it as a realtor?
Well, I'm like an amoeba. I'm flexible, and I've been doing it for so long. It's
Mhm.
easily adjustable. The only challenge is doing the attorney's work.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, that's a challenge. But doing it I'm here 2 years now, so
Mhm.
I'm working myself in 100%.
Okay.
It's going smooth.
All right. So in the coming months, I know you had some kind of a little panel of folks that came down last year somewhere
Oh,
and
first time.
exhibit,
Yes, it
real
was
estate exhibit. Are
right.
you planning to do any exhibits for this coming summer?
Definitely, I need to talk to you about it too because I want you to be involved in it.
Okay, very good.
And we could use a studio right here to do first time buyers
Yeah.
seminar, you know.
Yeah.
Just have to talk to the boss man over there.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I said you up right, right? I set you up right. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
There's massive amount of development going on right now
Okay.
in Conyers.
Yes.
Yeah, you have some houses like some 3-4 bedroom,
Mhm.
and they're going for like 400,000, and they're brand new.
Really, 400 is not bad.
You have some other apartment complex that they're building. Some of them is just strictly for rental.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's moving rapidly. The price of houses in all of Georgia increased from 2019 by about 50%. So most people who have a house like since COVID, if the house would value 200,000, you can find that some of them value 400 right now.
Right, that's correct.
You understand? So it's
Appreciate it.
a lot of rich people live in Georgia, don't you know?
I'm sitting next to one. I'm sitting next to one, to my right, Red. To my right.
And what I noticed some people doing again is they're selling the big massive house and moving into some smaller house. You know? When you sell a house for 600 and you can get one for 350, then you have some change, can use it to do some form of investment, or you know.
I came from Springfield, Massachusetts to Georgia in 2000s.
Yeah.
Bought my house about 2002. Been there ever since. But we had quite a bit of change after we, you know, we spent, bought a house, and could have put a good change in our pocket.
Yeah.
When you sell in New York and you come down here, you're gonna put a whole lot of.
That's what I've been encouraging all the New Yorkers.
Sell out.
Own their house. You know? Yeah, just sell them. Come down.
Get more space.
And you can live better life, you know.
More year.
Clean a year, clean everything. Georgia is the hidden forest. That's a nickname, right? The city in the forest.
Oh, that's what they call it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. That's good.
I have to know as much as possible about this new place that I live. I have friends from Jamaica. When they come here, they say, "Oh, this is foreign."
Oh.
They just reached foreign.
So when I want to go to the Bronx and Brooklyn.
Oh man, you're downtown Kingston.
Where you down in Florida? We're down in Florida and the south end of Florida, Fort Lauderdale here. That's foreign.
Maybe they don't see that. You know?
Okay. Well, I think you're gonna do good in Georgia. And you're selling it nice.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Georgia is very interesting, man. Beautiful.
So, someone wanted to get in touch with we all said. How could they do that?
Well, I have a website. I'd love people to go on it. It's educational because I have 2 digital books on it that, you know, the secret of selling real estate and the secret of buying real estate. I make it public so you can go and write diamond. WriteDiamond.com. www.writediamond.com.
Can you spell that right? Is it
WRI. That's my name.
okay?
And my wife's name is Diamond. So,
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
very special person.
And
Yes.
what's your telephone number, sir?
347-753-0944.
Okay. So here we have all 10, and we stop by here, and we're gonna check that book out.
Yes.
I'll be back again,
Yes.
where we can speak with you more. You know.
Yes. And my email address is altonwright7@gmail.com. So,
Okay. All right. So
And that's the
someone.
number 7.
number 7. Yes. Yes.
So can you repeat that email again?
altonwright7 altonwright7@gmail.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And if you want any form of property like investment property, or you want to do some Airbnb, or, you know, and I have a few right now for sale on my listing, just touch the website and you'll see all these property. A property from 265, 295, beautiful 3-bedroom, Jonesboro, Covington, Lawrenceville. So you can check it out on the website. Beautiful.
Okay, well, so our time's just about done here. Well, we're going to get you back again. You're always with me.
Yes, ma'am.
We're going to arrange something right here on the premises, right?
I thank you very, very much for inviting me over, and I appreciate it. All
Thanks
right.
for stopping in, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, so there you have it. It's about time for us to be here at Caribbean Extravaganza. For thank DJ Red for spinning a little bit of music for me today. Thank Sharon for coming on this evening and bringing all these lovely guests our way. Nordia, she was excellent. And of course, we had Mr. Brent today. Remember, Brent Bennett. And we'll have to go out and make sure we vote for Brent, okay?
Absolutely. Looking for volunteers, guy. Reach
yeah.
out to Brent Bennett, Newton County, Georgia.
Okay. So until next week, this is Pastor Rob, or if you want to call me TC Rob, Top Celebrity Rob, and Sharon
Thompson. Thank you so much for joining us.
Okay.
Have
I will
a
see.
wonderful rest of the week. See you next week, same time, same place.
Same time, same place.